So one of my non-negotiables for about the past 13 years since I've become a mother has been to have a daily smoothie and to fill it with superfoods and so many goodies that I feel nourished and full all day long. And even if this was all I ate all day, I would feel satisfied. I don't get hungry and don't feel like I need to snack. And it helps me feel really good. So I have a high-speed blender, which I've probably had for about the last 10 years. And I took it to Australia with us. We've just had a year in Australia. It went with me in my suitcase. And I've just brought it back. And I'm so excited because I thought I left the jug in the sink in our house over there. Because it was the last thing I did was have a smoothie. And I'm so happy that a week later I found it in one of the unpacked suitcases all bundled up. And I'm so glad to have it. So to celebrate, I thought I'd share this video with you. So this is what I put in my smoothie and I love it. I start with some chia seeds, about a tablespoon of chia seeds and linseeds, or we call them flax seeds here in New Zealand. And I just blend them up in a little seed grinder, about a tablespoon each. And the linseeds, and these are really good for fiber. They give such good fiber as well as a lot of nutrients as well. And flax seeds here at least are pretty much a superfood, but they're really inexpensive, so they're a no-brainer. Good to grind them fresh rather than get pre-ground ones. It's really good to just grind them, the flax seeds especially, as you use them. And I just tip that into my blender. I get a handful of spinach, baby spinach leaves I love to have. And I grow them when I'm in the country. I usually grow them, but since we've only just got back, they're store-bought. So I just give them a little rinse just to be sure, even though they're pre-washed. And I just chuck them in there. Our little cat has just come back last night from Australia, flying all by herself. She couldn't come as fast as us, so she's still a little bit shaken up from having a week in a cachery by herself away from us, and then a 3-hour flight by herself. Now I just put in some cacao powder. This is like my secret ingredient for my smoothie. It just, cacao powder, cacao makes you feel so good. It's got the same sort of feel-good hormones that you get from breastfeeding and that sort of thing. And it's sort of like my happy secret. I have it every day, and I'm a pretty happy person, a pretty positive person. I'm sure that's why. I also put in a bit of cocoa as well. I love chocolate, so I usually use, this is just a fair trade cocoa powder, but I also really love Dutch processed cocoa powder, and I put in another tablespoon of that to just give it a bit more chocolatey flavour. I have a scoop of protein powder. I usually use vanilla, or you can use chocolate as well. I use a pea protein powder because I don't really do that well on a lot of dairy, and I found I was feeling a bit mucousy when I was having it with dairy, so now I use plant-based milks and a pea protein powder, and it feels much better. And the last thing is actually honey. That's a secret ingredient as well. I use this beautiful sort of mixed manuka honey, which we have here in New Zealand. It's so beautiful. I didn't have that in Australia. I just used regular clover honey or something, but this is so tasty, and it's really good for you. It's really good antibacterial properties. And I just have to get from the fridge the plant milks. Here they are. At the moment I'm just using store-bought ones, but I usually make my own almond milk and oat milk sometimes as well. So I just do a big glug. I have a big smoothie. It's like, I don't know, half a litre or something. It hydrates me for a lot of the day as well, so I love it. That was rice milk, and I also like putting in a bit of almond milk. I usually have a blend of a couple just to make it more interesting. And then I just blend it all up and see how it tastes. This blender is great. Like I say, I've had it for 10 years. I use it at least every day. I make smoothies in it. I make plant-based milks, blend up soups, all sorts of things. They're so good. It's so worth it. They're a bit more expensive, but it blends everything. Like I can't see any spinach in there. It's all just smooth, which is good. And then I just try it and see how it is. I also like to add a bit of cacao nibs. Once I've got the taste of this right, I just taste it, maybe add a little bit more honey or cacao, or you can add maple syrup as well. And then I like to add the cacao nibs, and they give it a nice sort of crunch. Totally optional. I also I usually pour about half of it into a jug, and then I add a teaspoon of maca powder. Maca is so good. It's a superfood from Peru, and it strengthens you and fortifies you, really. I love using that, and it works so well. There's so many other superfoods I at time use, and whatever's on hand, really, whatever I find in the shops at that time. So play with it. I fully recommend having a smoothie. They're so fun. It's like a milkshake to me. I mean, I'll have this and then we'll go out to the beach or something. My kids will say, "Oh, have an ice cream with us, Mum." And I'm like, I don't really feel like it, because I feel like I've had my ice cream treat and it's so much better for you. So fully encourage you to start something like this. It's delicious and so good for you. I'll pop on with another video with me making almond milk, and another time with oat milk, because it's so simple, so cheap to make your own, so simple, saves all the cartons, which I really can't bear. You just do it straight into your own jug or jar, and it tastes so much better. There's nothing else on it. When I look in the ingredients at almond milk, there's a list of things, but in mine it's just water and almonds blended up and sieved. So yeah, highly recommend you to try that as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think, or whatever twists you have on your daily smoothie. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.